Yeah, I'm your cousin.
What, your youngest brother? Yeah, I remember.
He's he's
Of
No,
course.
he's not my youngest
the
brother.
the new one.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, okay. No, nice to meet you, Luis.
So you ready to get exposed?
Exposed, man. Let's do this. Um,
Nah, I'm just
it
playing.
no, man, it's crazy. It's honestly crazy what's going on.
It is crazy.
So
I mean, it's. I think everything that's going on and the whole COVID and people are just getting frustrated with everything. So it's all good.
yeah. Um. All right. So where do you want to start?
Oh shit. First, okay. Luis, you want to say anything, Luis, before we start? Okay, first of all, let's all be nice to each other. Don't cuss each other out. We're
I barely know Luis, so I don't know. I don't know him.
I mean, he's in another state, so you can tell him whatever you want. You're not gonna see him anyways.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
But remember,
Or,
he is in the military, so be careful.
are you in the capital, Luis?
Nah,
Oh,
nah,
okay.
they didn't send us up there. I'm in a hospital, so
Yeah, Luis called in sick that day.
Damn.
He said he had back spasms.
Very
nah,
nice.
I had the
That's
bubble guts.
All right, all right, but I remember. I think I appreciate it for doing this, Ramon. I mean, don't worry, we're not gonna attack you or anything. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I don't really care about what people believe in politics and all that craziness. I've talked to some crazy people before, so I've heard everything. I mean, I've talked to people that believe the dinosaurs didn't exist. I don't know if you're one of them.
uh, no, they existed
And I
for
mean,
sure.
and people that believe the Earth is flat, and I mean, the most convincing thing I heard was about the reptilians are running the world. So I'm still working on that. So I don't know.
I've heard about that. And one of my coworkers is a believer of that.
Uh,
Um, so no, I get you. But my logic is not. It's not that far out there. Because um, it's been said by people with power. Um, one of the things that Donald Trump said whenever he came.
okay, hold on. Before we
To
get started, okay, I
yeah.
know. Hold on, my bad. Before you get started, let me ask you
Okay.
this though, because
So,
okay, well, I mean, my mom and dad they hate Donald Trump. A lot of our aunts and uncles hate Donald Trump, and I mean, honestly, I don't know about how your family is, but I think they probably don't like him either. Am I wrong or right? Like your mom and dad and your sisters.
they are okay.
I
So
mean, you,
my parents
yeah.
they don't side with anybody.
Uh huh.
Okay, they're not Democrats or Republicans. Um, my sister Susana, she's a full blown Democrat. Um, Alejandra is kind of in the middle, and then me, I'm all the way in the right. I'm Republican, and then Carlos and Alberto are Democrats. Um,
Okay,
so
but
that's where we stand.
okay. So whenever you told them that you're like super pro Trump, they weren't like freaking out and like disowning you and stuff. Because all of my parents would, which it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Honestly, it doesn't really matter. But
Well,
I know some
oh,
people. Because honestly, dude, whenever he said, it's not. I'm not even talking about politics, just in general, how
yeah,
Hispanics are. Once he said, what is it? That they're rapists and they're gonna kill everybody. That if they met a lot of them, the majority of Mexicans or Hispanics, whatever you want to call them, or Latinx, whatever. I'm not gonna say that, but
Hmm.
they decided, fuck that guy. We don't care. We hate him, and
yeah.
that's the way it's been. So I'm just saying that's why a lot of our family members actually the other day I found out my one of our aunts. I'm not gonna say any names. I don't want them to be exposed.
Well,
is a real like super pro Trump too. And then they were having like a family talk on the phone with my mom and dad, and then they were going at it. But it's funny, 'cause, I mean, no offense to any of our aunts, but they're not really well educated. I'm not, and I don't talk about it because I'm not. And I, no offense, but I know they're less educated than me and probably us. They just see what they see on the news, and but it was just interesting that how I mean they're all sisters and they're arguing about this, which they really don't know anything about. I mean, no offense, neither do I.
So,
But
right.
so that's another thing with politics in general in our family. Most of our family members, all they worry about is one subject, and we know what that subject is. They don't know more about what's going on. They don't know any other of the any other policies, any like tax cuts or increases, or they don't know any of that. They only look at one subject, and that's about it.
Yeah. Yep. I agree with you, Luis. Um, I wanted to say so many things whenever Carlos was talking, and they just went out of my head.
My bad.
It's all good. Um, the one of the reasons because I recently started getting into politics. Okay, I've never really been really big. I was like whatever. But now that I'm 30, I get into it more, and I want to know. I want to argue with people, not necessarily argue, but I want to talk to people, so they can, so I can understand where they're coming from, and they can understand where I'm coming from, even though I know they won't. It's like Susana. It was. Do you guys remember Jaime?
Yeah.
My cousin, yeah, okay. So he's Republican also. And then Susana had us over for a party at her house, and then Jaime and his wife and kind of my parents a little bit. They're all attacking her, telling her that Trump is the right way, and that Camila, whatever her name is, and Joe, they're terrible, which I agree. But she did bring up a couple good points, and we brought up a couple good points. So it's really just the more information that gets thrown out there, the more people will learn. Just, I guess, imagine if, our aunts didn't have that conversation. There wouldn't be any talk. There wouldn't be any advances to this topic. People would get less interested, and the government will control more. Because if they can say, if people don't care, then we're just gonna do whatever we're gonna do, like they're doing right now.
So what I'm trying to say is what I'm trying to figure out is. Okay, so if you're into politics, all that stuff, that's great. I'm not. What I'm trying to ask you is because I know you've been posting some stuff which is pretty mild, but then you've also been posting some pretty out there stuff. Now I'm trying to figure out what level are you? Are you just normal supporter of Trump, or are you like full on QAnon, all that craziness?
Right now, at this point in time, I am I'm with Q and all the craziness. I do believe tomorrow is gonna start. Something's gonna start tomorrow. Why is there 62,000 troops on the Capitol? You know how vulnerable that makes us. It takes just one attack to the Capitol, 6,000 soldiers gone.
But don't you think they made us look more vulnerable when was it like 2 weeks ago they all stormed the Capitol? That made us look worse.
That's true. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I got a question also. So you said that you're leaning towards what Q was saying. So just so we all get an understanding, what is Q like? What is QAnon?
I believe is a military organization that is following everything that's going on with the 2020 election and before all that.
And who runs that?
That I don't know.
Okay, I don't know. I mean, I know,
I don't know.
I
Yeah.
know, I know an idea of what it is. I just don't get too much into it because a lot of things that they talk about, I'm kind of like, yeah, not for me. But I mean, because let's see. So when it comes to QAnon, what have they predicted that came true, or do they predict things, or what do they do?
No, they don't predict things.
They have I mean, they call them a conspiracy, or not them. I don't. It's not a person. It's like an idea. I don't want to call it. It,
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of the stuff that they cue on or whatever. I guess you call it a person or whatever. It's like it's considered a conspiracy theory. Now, which of these conspiracy theories do you believe are true, and which ones have actually came to light of being real? Because from what the 20 minutes of research I did before we started, I didn't find anything that came true. I found a clip of Alex Jones uh, uh, talking shit about QAnon, and that's kind of weird because he was like super pro QAnon, and now he's out. He's like nothing that you guys believe came true. So I don't know. I mean, I know I've heard some of the conspiracy theories, like Pizzagate
Oh yeah.
and then the
three,
save the children,
the,
and they believe Donald Trump is the Messiah. He's gonna save us from everything. That's not gonna happen.
No, I don't think he's gonna save us. I think he's gonna expose everything that's going on.
Well, he has only a few hours left to expose us because tomorrow he's not gonna be there anymore.
Right, exactly. And I think he's waiting till the last very minute to expose something. That's what I believe. Now, so the election, right? There was thousands of extra votes going towards the Democrat side. Now they've arrested somebody in Italy or France from this company, this tech company called Leonardo. That guy was told by a U.S. personnel that was stationed over there to get into the machine and change the votes. And there has been a confession from him saying everything. But that's not coming out in the news or anything.
Why not?
So that's one thing that Q has said, and that's real.
Oh, you real according to who? Just because you saw? I mean, I'm gonna play both sides. So I'm not trying to attack you or anything. I'm just saying when the thing that I find. I mean, like I said, out of 100 things that Q will say, maybe there's a few that have some parts that are true, which I think that's what makes people believe it. Because maybe he'll say like this crazy theory, and out of the crazy theory, they'll say one little thing is true, and then that's where people catch on to, and they're like, oh, so everything else must be true. Now, the other day you posted a video on Facebook, I think, and about some, I guess it was in some politician was talking about voter fraud or people voting, so dead people voting. And I mean, I usually don't hear it, but I was like, Ramon posted it out here, see what's going on. So I heard it, and the guy was talking about his big argument was that one dead person voted, and I was just like, that was his argument, and I'm just like, well, one dead person voting is not going to change the election. And then but they kept asking him what else, and he's like, well, that, and he only had that one dead, and I'm just like, all right, that's cool. Now, do you have proof? And let's be honest, if I can go back to the other elections and I can find evidence of people committing voter fraud or whatever you want to call it. I don't know what they call it. It's just now it's because of, I don't know why now people are blowing it out of proportion, but it's always been like this.
Yeah, from what I've seen is that there's constantly stuff going on within the any election that has happened. There's always something sketch going on. I don't know if y'all saw during the election, the Libertarian Party had a certain amount of votes, and then a few hours later, their votes went from that number down, so they dropped votes. So I'm not sure how you would manage to lose votes in an election.
Hmm.
I mean, let me get clear. I'm not pro Trump or Biden, whatever. I think either way, they're politicians, and they're not gonna do anything major to help
Yeah.
anybody out. They'll do a thing here or there, but most part they're helping out big businesses, corporations, rich people. They're doing that. So I mean, either way, I'm not be like, oh, Joe Biden's gonna save us. He ain't gonna do nothing. He's half dead already, dude. He's like 100.
Oh yeah.
So
Tell
it's
me about it.
and then even the interviews he used to do, I hear him and I'm like, it's kind of sad that that's the best they came up with, because some
Yeah.
of the interviews he's had were terrible, terrible. And if I would have voted, I wouldn't have voted for either of them. I would have voted for Kanye West probably. No, I would have voted for him either. But I'm saying they both. There's like pick the worst of, I don't know. It's either you want to stay the same or have change. It's pretty much what it was. And pretty much I think most people were like, oh, you hate Trump, then vote against him. And it's not even about what he believes or did. It's just they didn't like him as a person. And I mean I never liked him before he was president. He always seemed like a creep.
Gotcha.
But I mean, but
Um.
anyways, back to QAnon. Um, so yeah, so what is the craziest thing that you believe QAnon has said that's true or is gonna be true?
Um. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna. I hope you know things that they've said is it's not true. Because one thing that they did say is that this isn't a fight between Republicans and Democrats. It's about good and evil. I don't know if you guys heard about the blackouts that have been going on.
Where?
There's one in the I'm really bad with names. Where the Pope is,
Oh, the
Vatican.
Vatican.
the
Yeah.
Vatican. So he thinks that there's a bunch, or he says, Q says that there's a bunch of people uh, that are in the Vatican and, French and, on the Democrat Party and everywhere, pretty much, CIA, FBI, that are, that they worship the devil. So that's one of the things that they were saying, is that all of this, everything that's going on is population control and full-blown control of everything, control of what they say. I mean, the big tech companies are already doing it. Facebook recently changed their rules where you can't, if you have a Facebook, you can't sue them if they block you out or anything.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, the Vatican has their own issues. I mean, they got their own.
But
They have with the whole priests touching kids and all that stuff. It's been going on for years and years. So
so you don't.
let's not pretend like they don't have other shady shit. I wouldn't be surprised. Let me put it that way.
Okay, so if you think that there is something shady going on in the Vatican, I mean that's the freaking Vatican. That you don't think that that pizza thing, whatever it's called, is happening also.
Okay, the sex trafficking of kids and all that
Yeah.
is going on. That's not a secret. It's been known about, but to the extreme that they're like the QAnon goes about it is I think it's a little too exaggerated. It is true. It's bad in the world, but it's not the way they say it. I don't think. Like they're not hiding under a pizza shop or whatever. It's more like what's his face is doing. What's the guy that killed him, suicided himself. Uh,
Epstein.
Epstein.
Ep-
It's more like that. It's more like private jets, private islands, more stuff like that. It's not under CC's Pizza on Beltline.
Right.
But I mean, I
Right.
mean, it's not pretend. It's a big deal in the world. It's bad, and but I mean, I think the way they QAnon goes about it, or the people that whatever, uh, I don't know. It just seems strange, and it's just it's always something where, what was that? The when they stormed the Capitol or whatever,
Hmm.
and they're supposed to be, I don't know. Well, what's your take on that? Like that whole thing, like, because some people were saying it was Antifa, and and
So yes, they've proven that Antifa was there. They caught the main dude from Antifa.
okay, hold on,
Um,
stop there. The main dude is, are you talking about the horn guy,
no, I'm not talking about the horn guy.
or whatever they call him, the QAnon shaman or whatever?
Yeah,
Oh
yeah, the
yeah,
one that Simpsons predicted he was gonna do that.
yeah. But but people that believe in the whole QAnon thing are saying he's Antifa, like he's undercover. Which I'm confused. I was like, is he not, or he is, or he's not? I don't. That's what I'm kind of confused about. Because there's a lot of things like, oh, it was Antifa, and I'm like, why would you blame it on somebody else? You're trying to do something for your own party, trying to seem strong or whatever, that you're patriots and all that, and you're gonna blame it on somebody else. I'm like, it doesn't seem like. I mean, I wouldn't never do it, but I mean,
So, so this is what I've heard, and I was watching videos before we got on, and the so QAnon, nobody knows who Q is. He is some random guy that got on the internet, started posting stuff, started posting predictions. Supposedly, he's a guy with a security clearance, a military security clearance, and he's putting out all this information that he's getting from these classified files or whatever. And but the thing is, nobody knows who he is. Only certain people know where he posts the messages, because what he does is he posts encrypted messages online, and only certain people know how to decipher those messages.
at least, well,
Uh,
before we go on, well, you can't say he because we don't know if it's a he or a girl. You have to
Oh
be.
my
You
Jesus.
have you have to You have to be inclusive. We don't want to get banned for being a sexist.
all right, so Shim or Herm, either one.
I'm gonna have to
He,
bleep that out.
yeah, he is. They're posting all these things online, and only certain people can decipher them. But the thing is, nobody knows who this guy is. What if it is someone from Antifa? What if it's just some crazy nut job from another country? Nobody knows. So what they're trying to say right now is that QAnon is actually more of a cult than any sort of political movement, because people are following a random person online that's posting all this nonsense.
But isn't everything a cult, honestly, Luis?
It depends what you consider a cult.
You can pretty much classify anything as a cult if it has enough followers. They believe, if they believe in one thing or whatever, it's technically classified as a cult. No offense to anybody, but every religion is a cult. Just because they don't ask you to
Yeah,
kill, just because they don't ask you to kill yourself doesn't mean the idea that a cult is people that kill themselves. No, a cult is a group of people that believe in whatever. But that's, I mean, I mean, I don't know. That's my take on it. I could be wrong. I'm probably wrong, but I'm just saying. But yeah, but QAnon
yeah.
is a cult. Yeah, it is pretty much.
So yeah,
God.
And
I mean,
I think there's levels of people that believe in that. I mean, I'm not trying to put words in Ramon's mouth, but he might be like, he'll believe in some things, but I'm sure there's stuff that they post. He's like, yeah, I'm not gonna go with that. But I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
You might be all in. I don't know.
I mean, right now, I mean, I don't even know what to think. I have one side of me that's saying, Joe Biden is gonna get it, get his power, whatnot, and then it's gonna go on. And I believe, once he becomes, the president, shit's gonna go south. That's what I think. I also think that. Let me ask you a question. Who do you guys think is behind all of this? If there is a thing.
And if I would have to say, and I'm not saying I believe any of this, I would have to say it's the CIA, the intelligence, whatever.
I would say it, like, what are you talking about? Like all the protests and all that crap going on.
All the
Yeah, everything,
QAnon
the
stuff. Yeah.
conspiracies, yeah, everything.
Whoever
I
controls the
guess.
media.
Okay.
No, well, it's not me. No, the media. Listen, the media doesn't matter anymore. I think more people get views on like YouTube videos and TikToks than actual
Well, that's
Fox and whatever. So it's not even.
CNN.
I don't think it's even.
all.
I don't think it's. I think no. I mean, no offense. I think CNN, Fox, is for like the older people that watch TV that aren't into like social media and all that stuff. So I
So
think
all that is considered media, though.
yeah, but I think the QAnon, all that
Yeah.
stuff, all that QAnon stuff, they don't talk about it and to the extent they do on like Twitter or whatever. In the media, they mention it here and there, but they don't go into detail like people can find on YouTube or Twitter or whatever.
Well, listen to this though. Have you recently gone on YouTube and looked up QAnon, or gone on Instagram and looked up QAnon, or
Yeah,
even Facebook?
they banned
Th-
it.
they banned it. They're banning all of that. It's because all media is one sided right now. They're only focusing on one side, which I don't get it twisted. I'm not neither Republican or Democrat. I have my own beliefs, and that's about it. But it to me, it's a corrupt system. They're blocking people from being able to express their opinion, but they're allowing another group to express their opinion.
Yeah.
So media is technically controlled. Everyone's on Instagram, everyone's on Facebook, but if you're not allowing people to sit here and express what they or say what they want to say, then but you're gonna let someone else openly say what they want to say, then I mean, it's a messed up system.
Yeah, I agree. To get you into a mindset, I believe. Now, okay, from everything that I've taken in from like the videos and the stuff that I've heard and stuff, uh, the one thing that benefits from the U.S. and from our own um, demise is China. China has been taking over land where they are, in wherever place they are. Um, and I believe they have a bunch of the Democratic Party in their pocket. They have the media in their pocket. They have everything to go against the Republicans. China recently just bought a massive amount of land in Oklahoma. China, since Trump I forgot what he did with the trade deal with them. They're losing a bunch of money. They're losing a bunch of money in the stock exchange and all that. The Wall Street. I'm really bad with names. They are the ones losing so much. Now, I believe that a war has started already, and China started it with this coronavirus. It's the coronavirus is everywhere, obviously. But they're the ones that started it. They're the ones that made it, and now we're paying them millions of dollars to get a vaccine, right, to help us get rid of this coronavirus. I believe they want to be the world power, and I do believe another side note, they did offer Joe Biden like 400,000 troops from China to come and help if needed, whenever the power passes on to Joe Biden. I do believe China is behind all of this. So yeah.
So you think China's to blame for everything that's going on here in the U.S. also
Yes. Yeah.
because of COVID
Because of
or
everything. I believe
just everything.
everything. I believe they have the Democrats in their pocket, so they're telling them what to say and what to do to put us against ourselves, to start a civil war, to so we can be vulnerable and they can just come in and take over.
All right, Ramon. Okay, so
As simple as possible.
before we get too far into China, yes, China is a problem. They're gonna be a problem, but let's keep it here in the United States.
But
Okay, but that's what you say. You believe they're doing all this from the
yes,
shadows. Okay, all right.
yes.
So I don't know. I don't mean probably. Who knows? I'm sure. I doubt it,
Yeah.
but it's a good theory.
Damn.
I
Shut
mean,
down.
I don't know. I mean, I think that's too much for. I mean, I don't know.
They're limit they're limited to the amount of space that they have.
Dude,
Like
China
China,
is humongous.
and you know how much people they have? They have probably twice as much people as we do.
Yeah, but they're all in a concentrated area, like in cities. That's the issue. But that's not just China. That's here too. People live in concentrated areas instead of spreading out. That's the way us we are humans are. But um, so okay, like, before we get too dark, I just I was the reason that I don't take one reason I don't take QAnon too serious. Also,
Hmm.
for some reason, well, this here it says that one of their theories was that Joe Biden was JFK Jr. with a CGI mask. That's one of their theories.
Oh shit.
One of QAnon's theories. Now, I'm gonna tell you right now, that's bullshit. I've done no research on it, but I can tell you right now that's bullshit. And then do you remember a while ago there was the whole Wayfair thing where they said they were trafficking kids in the cabinets?
Yep, I was
Yeah,
actually just talking about that.
Did you remember that? Where they say
yeah.
if you follow the trail of missing kids, their numbers match with the Wayfair shipping and then this and that. And I was just like, really? Yeah, you would go that far? I was like, that's bullshit too, I think. And it's just things like that that I'm just like there I'll hear something that's like, oh, that could be true, but then they go into the next, and then I don't know who says something like that, and I'm just like, see, that's why you were doing so good, and then you pull some crazy stuff about kids being shipped in the cabinets, and I'm just like I said, child trafficking and all that is true, but that's there's I think it's there's a more like worst way they do it and more. I don't know. I mean, I haven't done any research on it. I don't know. That's kind of depressing to do research on that, but
Yeah.
it's just when they take a simple thing and then they blow it to something extremely crazy. I'm just like, yeah, that's where you lose me.
That is one issue that they have is they have way too many outrageous conspiracies that are unbelievable. I don't know if y'all have heard of the adrenochrome thing with the kids.
Yeah, isn't that the one where the politicians eat the kids or they drink
They,
their blood or something?
yeah, it's where they have kids that are trafficked and then they scare them and with the when the
Oh
adrenaline
yeah.
goes in their blood, they drink their blood and it gives them like a high. Like I that to me that's a little far fetched, I think.
What do you think, Ramon? What's your take on that?
I've
I,
heard this theory also, and that kind of goes with the whole Satanism stuff. I hope it's not true. That's what I want to say. I hope it's not true. Um, because that's that. I mean, those if it is, those are the people that were governing us, the United States.
if okay, so if let's go. Let's okay. We're gonna go deep in conspiracies. Uh, you know the whole Illuminati and all that stuff. I'm sure you've heard some kind of version of that where the Illuminati they run the world and it's like these families that run everything. Don't you think? What the hell is QAnon whatever QAnon gonna do when it does? All this doesn't really matter if the Illuminati runs everything. They ain't gonna do nothing no matter what they do. So I think QAnon is just like it's like a offset of the Illuminati. They got tired of talking about the Illuminati. What else can we? Let's name it something different. Let's name it QAnon, and then or let's just go a different path. I don't know. It's just there is there's also remember a while back ago. I don't think if you I don't know if it was this year or last year. There's like a gas crisis, quote unquote,
Yeah.
where everybody was freaking out that we were gonna run out of gas. I don't know if y'all
Yep.
remember, and I don't remember why. Why I think it's because there was just a hurricane that had just happened. But I started seeing people posting this stuff on Facebook that we were gonna run out of gas, and it was gonna be the whole country was gonna collapse. And for a while, I was like, these people are crazy. And but then more people started posting it, more posting it. And when I was driving home, there's lines at the gas stations. And I was like, shit, maybe I should put some gas. And they got me. I got. But then the very next day when I woke up, I went to put gas in my other car, and there's no line. I pumped gas like nothing, and then I went on for my day. Nobody ever talked about it anymore. And the reason I'm saying is, it's just that's the power of social media. If enough people post something crazy on there, they might believe it. And I'm not saying you're crazy, Ramon, because like I said, some of the stuff that I've read QAnon post, some of it has its truth. Parts of it might be true, but there's also parts where I'm just like, yeah, you lose me on that part. So that's what I'm saying. Like people, right, especially right now because of COVID, people are locked up. They can't go out. I mean, some people still go out, but the majority of us don't go out. And then they just start going in the black hole on YouTube or Twitter, and then just you just start going, and then you're going crazy, and then you start believing everything, and then even though some of these things are like crazy and outlandish, you might believe. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not saying you're crazy, but oh, I think he's gone.
He's gonna go talk to Q now.
He's like, I got these guys talking shit. What you gonna do? Fool probably forgot to charge his phone.
Probably. You want to wait on him?
Yeah, wait for like 5 minutes if he doesn't get back on or anything.
Yeah, he's not on at all.
Damn, he must have gotten hacked by QAnon.
Oh, they're listening.
Oh shit! I'm gonna disconnect my internet real quick.
You gotta get that VPN.
Back?
Hey, there you go.
Sorry, man. We thought you got hacked, dude. Like they got to him.
It was that deep state hacking your computer,
right.
man, or your phone.
Anyway, it was the Vatican, bro. They heard you talking about their plans.
It's cancel culture.
Yep.
Like, tomorrow morning, you're gonna be exposed. Watch.
It's gonna be all over CNN.
Let's do it, man. Shit. I've been on camera before.
Yeah, but for the wrong reasons. Adult videos don't count.
It was work related.
Cell phones don't count either.
But I mean, yeah, man, it's I don't know, Ramon. I mean, like I said, anybody can believe whatever they want. I don't think there's gonna be a world war tomorrow or whatever. Some people are gonna cause some drama here and there. I'm sure Trump's gonna say something crazy, like he always does.
Yeah.
But honestly,
probably.
dude, if you think about it, the whole time he's impressed. He's been saying some things that I'm just like, dang, I can't believe this guy said this. I'm just shocked. He says some crazy stuff, but I don't know, man. I don't know what people. Like, you can't go into people's heads and see what they believe. It's just, it is what it is.
Right. Yeah.
It is what it is. I'm not trying to kick you out or anything. I was just saying.
No, I get to know. I understand. I mean, it is what it is. But it's just, it's hard to take everything in and accept it and accept that, not accept it, but accept that knowing there's that it could be true.
But let me ask you this: so whenever let's the QAnon, whatever you want to call them, some I'm not saying all of them, but some of them are racist. You know that, right?
I mean, we're all racist. I'm just saying.
No, but in all seriousness, dude, these are people that they want you dead because you're Mexican. I don't or whatever. They hate everybody that's not white. All that extreme Nazis, all this stuff. And I'm saying, what do you think about that?
It's a hard pill to swallow, knowing that people are racist that way.
Because
That
I mean,
that are in the government. I mean, the government's supposed to be, or the military is supposed to be the one helping us out. I mean, it really is on the. I mean, racism is so broad. I mean, because there are, like Trump said, rapists and all that are Mexican. I mean, we can't deny that there aren't, right?
I mean,
There's also black people that are racist and abusers. I mean, there's white people that are abusers and rapists and whatnot.
okay. Let me,
So
I'm not calling you a racist, but I'm just saying that's what a lot of people that they kind of go after is that a lot of these QAnon people end up being like, I'm not saying all of them, but a lot of some of them end up being like Nazis or like they're Confederate lovers. They love the Confederate flag, which makes no sense to me. But it's just that it attracts people like that. I don't know why, but which and I don't understand why. Has the Q whatever people have they said anything about race or anything? Have they even brought it up or anything? But these people they it seems like that's what they talk about. But I haven't seen anything about Q or talking about how race has anything to do with anything. It's mostly about politicians, the rich, and then normal people, poor people or normal people like us. Which I haven't read anything about them talking about race, which is kind of strange how these racist people grab onto it and believe that's what they're talking about. Which I haven't read anything about it. If that makes
So
any sense.
here's my thing though. You get if you go to the far left, you got the same thing going on the far left as you do on the far right. When you look at the far left, you have Antifa, then you have Black Lives Matter, which is technically which it should be considered a domestic terrorist group because they've actually done more damage than the Republican protesters in the Capitol. They've damaged more federal buildings than the Republican protesters at the Capitol. They've burnt buildings down. They've burnt small businesses. They've killed more people than the one person that got shot at the Capitol. So I mean, then they've killed more white people. I'm talking about both Antifa and Black Lives Matter than anyone in the far right. So I mean, you could say the same thing about both sides. You could say that the far left is racist against white people, and then you could go to the far right saying that they're racist against everyone else.
Well, I mean, I don't.
yeah,
I mean, I'm be honest with you right now, Luis. I have
Mm-hmm.
no idea what the hell far right or far left means.
come on.
So you're talking to me,
So
and I'm just like, I know Black Lives Matter and all that. I get all that, but when you start speaking about, like I said, I'm not. I'm dumb I'm an idiot. It comes to politics. All I'm saying is there's the government is failing. No matter who you believe in, they're not helping anybody out. They're gonna cover their asses, and then and that's it. So whether you believe in Trump's gonna save us or Biden's gonna save us or whatever, at the end of the day, they're gonna look out for their best interest and it's the way it's always been. And but the way people are going about it is not helping anything out. Whether you believe in the QAnon or Black Lives Matter or this and that, it's not done it's not doing anything. It brings attention to the problem, but it really doesn't do anything. Like
Right. Yeah.
people. Oh, go ahead, my bad.
Anything we do or say is not gonna matter. I agree with you that even all the protests on either side, the only thing they've done is create chaos, and that's it. I mean, it hasn't changed anybody's mind, and it's not going to. So, and even in the social media, I've unfriended a lot of people because they're very left side people, and it was just stuff that I just really didn't like, and I really didn't support it. So I was like, all right, okay, bye.
Hey, just to clarify, Carlos, left is Democratic and right is Republican. I know you're a little slow, but
What is what is far left?
that's like extreme Democratic and then extreme Republican.
So crazy and crazier.
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy. That's too much. Yeah, making up that's the issue. People are making up stuff that we don't need. That's for another. Let's save that for another podcast. Getting into this, these craziness people make up
Genders
to feel included in not just gender in anything. But
oh man.
But yeah, I mean, I think we should cut it short. We're going for 45 minutes, 50 minutes. We can always jump back after the World War III starts tomorrow. We can record from our bunker.
No.
Oh shit!
I'll be in the mountains already, so.
All right, well, I'll let you go. Everyone, appreciate it, man. Next time, let me know. We can set up something up
All
again.
right.
Appreciate it, man.
Sounds
all right,
good.
boys.
Thanks. Be safe.
All right. Take it easy.
Bye.
Stay twisted.
Bye.